You all can hear me? It's perfect. My name is Vishal Ujigir, and I'll be giving you a presentation about my internship, which was at Space Expedition Corporation. Let's just hope this will work with me as well. Perfect. Okay, just a brief introduction. I'm from the island of Curacao. Was born there, came here, doing now the Master Control Operation, the track Air Traffic Operations, in which I went to work for this company, Space Expedition Corporation, that officially started in 2011. They are a marketing, ticketing sales. You guys heard about the ticket being sold in MediaMarkt, and they're also an operator, so in the end, after it's been manufactured in 2014, they're going to operate this vehicle from Curacao. And this is the vehicle, the Lynx Mark II. Yes. Unfortunately. That works too. So, to give you just a brief idea of what will happen, there you see the. So the space aircraft will departure from the Curacao Airport, International Airport. It will go Mach 2.5 to a height of 103 kilometers within 4 to 6 minutes. Then it will be several minutes there, and it will come back with a re-entry pull-up maneuver of 4.5 G, and then a glide flight back to the island. It all takes about an hour. So that's the industry. It still has to happen. It still has to be operational in 2014. So the things I've been doing in my internship, mainly things to participate on the development that's going to come on these operations. So the goals for me were to assist in the space law, local logistical assistance, operational assistance, space operation research promotion locally on the island, and space line awareness campaign to translate this technology to the locals. Like what are the consequences, and further on. I'll go more deeper into this. Okay, this is an overview of making space laws. It's very complex, lots of institutions. You see, too bad my laser pointer doesn't work. I think I'm just going to borrow yours. So it starts here, then it goes through the government initiates, goes through the ministries, gets checked by, it gets checked up, and then it finally ends up at the parliament, where the parliament approves these laws. You have approved laws, and then they come into the CCA, Curacao Civil Aviation Authority, and the DCNSB, Dutch Caribbean Air Navigation Service Provider, where these laws get applied. Where I focused on, where I did assistance in the Ministry of Transportation, translating there to the technologies. They have questions, explain them, contact the manufacturer, which is X-Corp, located in Mojave, California, and make it all clear it all out for the progress to keep on going on. Because when it wants to operate, the space laws need to be ready. The second part was local logistical assistance. It was to map out the supply chain. I did it in my minor. I did my minor in supply chain, so it's very interesting where the numbers come in, the quantities. Just to give you a rough idea, this craft per flight needs about 4,500 kilos of liquid oxygen, and it needs 2,500 kilos of fuel, high-grade kerosene. So a whole new supply chain has to be designed. Importing them in containers, storing them bulkily to the craft and the operational facility. These are all just visuals of possibilities, not the ones that are going to carry it out. But eventually, the craft will be operating from a facility there. And now I go to the third part of my research goals, internship goes. This one was a really fun part. In this part, I focused on just the things that need to be developed on the island. So the challenges on the CNS systems, which are communication, navigation, and surveillance. Communication, craft tower, navigation of the craft, and surveillance of the tower. I focused on them on communication. In here, the challenges were that the craft wants to operate from a digital CNS systems. There's no operating, everything's experimental, and there's so no operating on the island. And also because of its high speeds, 2.9 Mach, and the temperatures, it's quite interesting how to commercially exploit this while being safe, integrating it into the conventional airspace, ATC. So together here it goes up, communication satellite, all that stuff, then from Curacao. This is interesting. I tried also to work together with a local university, UNA, and the DC NSP, Dutch Caribbean Air Navigation and Service Provider, because eventually they would need this infrastructure ready to operate, and it needs to synchronously work with the aircraft as well, with the aircrafts coming in. So I helped put this up. It was really fun, and it's operative now. It's started now. Really fun. And what I mapped out for future, the ILS, instrument landing systems. So the conventional aircraft use 3-degree glide slope. This will use 7. It's going to be quite a challenge in the sense of the conventional infrastructure. You cannot change it. It costs a lot to operate. You cannot just experiment on it. So a new infrastructure has to be placed on it and has to be robust. So this is for future students as well. Like, hey, how can I design this new infrastructure? Something else. Also, as I said, the air spacecraft sequencing, so the synchronization in between this, and the air spacecraft separation. This is in the surveillance part. This is what I mapped out, and what for future, will be interesting internships as well in the island of Curacao. The last part was the most fun part. It was less being in the office and bothering people in meetings. This was just the fun part, and just the awareness. To inform people, to explain to people, hey, what is going on, what will happen. This was in the Maritime Museum. This is like out of the paper. In the Maritime Museum, there was a presentation for people that had questions like with the emissions, this noise, what is going to happen, to explain to them what the locals are going to feel of this new development. Are we going to earn anything? So all these questions which were coming up, this event was planned for it. This was in the beginning of my internship. Further on, I went also to the newspapers for interviews, and this is another newspaper about the event. This is fun too. I went to elementary and high schools to explain them about what's going to happen, how the craft will function, what it will mean, just get their interest, and get for them to maybe end up in this market as well. So this was really fun as well. And I gave a guest lecture at a local university, which was quite challenging as well, but fun. My aim was more to get the local students their interest in starting research in this industry, starting to develop it, as it's going to be operative soon, and along the line. It's not only going to be transportation of people, there's also going to be the deployment of satellites or sensors, and how great to have it all synchronized and have the intelligence there and just to combine it. That was fun. Also, this was a campaign. It's the scale model, which had to be placed, and the banner has to be ordered, and the event. So this is more kind of an event awareness for the shareholders as well, to get them online. It's really fun as well. And this was the last part of my internship, where I helped in a documentary by mevrouw Jansen, Sela Films. She's an independent documentary, just documenting this whole industry for educational and informational purposes. So that was fun as well. My conclusion, well, for space law, it's fun advice. I think the logistics, I was able to map out the supply chains. Space operations research, one of the research started, took a lot of work since the beginning of my internship. I was busy negotiating with the university, with the DCMSP, and they finally said, okay, we're going to do it this and this way, because they had both different interests for sure, as usual. It started, and there's more work there. So for us, TU Delft, it's interesting to go there, do research, and to have fun there as well. As I also had a lot of fun as well there. And the space line awareness, which was more of an outgoing, going to the people, explaining to people, and that was also very big success. So my personal experience, well, in this innovative industry, I was able to experience it from the governmental side, how the government looks at it, how the stakeholders look at it, as I was also to develop the supply chain busy with a lot of the stakeholders, and how the people look at it. I mean, people don't want something landing on the rooftop or a noise that their whole windows are going to shake, so, you know, they always complain as much as they can. So it's able to convince them, hey, this is going to be useful for this and these reasons. Why? And you're always attacked, you always should be sharp. And it's fun, absolutely. So it's able to see from all these perspectives as an innovation in itself, how it will go forward. That was fun. Yeah, acknowledgements, yeah, Mr. Gundros and Mr. Harry, it was really great for them, working with them. Cursus Albert Holding, Delft University of Technology, yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, if all fails, I guess, we just tie in the rocket and then launch them up. Yeah. Well, that was my presentation. Is there any questions? Yes.